Welcome to the Inc. Productivity Tip of the Day. Today's tip: 3 ways to improve your business communications. An expert opinion by Joel Comm. One of the most challenging parts of leading a business is juggling the many hats that come with the role. With no shortage of tasks demanding attention, developing an effective framework for business communications is often one of the missing or last items on an already long to-do list. Unfortunately, neglecting this aspect can result in hindered growth, increased reputational risks, wasted resources, and more, making it essential at every stage of a business's life cycle. With widespread cybercrime representing one of the top 10 global risks, organizations must be prepared to leverage their communication channels as a business enabler, while reducing their exposure to associated cybersecurity risks. At the same time, there are many existing and new regulations that require organizations in specific fields, such as financial services, to meet certain standards when handling their communications. Here are 3 ways to improve your business's communications to not only help your organization become more efficient, but also more secure and compliant. Centralize your communications. As I've written before, research shows that consumers, especially younger ones, expect to be able to reach their representatives through several communication channels. And let me tell you, I've experienced firsthand how this expectation has evolved into a demand that businesses simply can't afford to ignore. When I was navigating the early days of internet entrepreneurship, staying connected with customers across various platforms became a game changer. Of course, adopting new communication platforms often makes it more difficult to archive, analyze, secure, and manage your communications. This is where innovative solutions like LeapExpert come into play. Having witnessed the complexity of juggling multiple channels, I'm excited to see platforms like LeapExpert that bring everything under one roof, allowing businesses to use the channels their customers prefer. It's not just about making communication modern, it's about ensuring it remains compliant, secure, and manageable. To mitigate the risks associated with adopting new digital communication tools, every entrepreneur and business leader should determine which channels employees use and which ones customers would prefer to interact with the company. It's about finding that sweet spot for engagement while keeping everything streamlined. Prioritize cybersecurity first. In addition to the increasing number of attacks, bad actors are constantly developing new ways to leverage a business's communication channels to facilitate their malicious intentions. From posing as security researchers to using technologies like generative AI, there are no limits to the ingenuity of cybercriminals. These new methods often rely on existing methods like file-based attacks, meaning that traditional cybersecurity practices are still effective. Installing anti-malware and antivirus software is always a good idea, but organizational leaders might want to use more specialized tools. For example, Sasa Software's Gate Scanner allows users to scan all incoming files and emails, deconstructing them to detect and neutralize malicious code that could otherwise wreak havoc in your systems. It then reconstructs them into safe, threat-free copies. While this software relies on constantly updated databases to detect the latest trends, its file transformation engine effectively disables any new, undetectable threats that may be hidden. In addition to using specialized security software, entrepreneurs can also educate their teams to help them avoid potential threats. This can be done by conducting regular training sessions and encouraging the reporting of suspicious activity, no matter how innocuous it might seem. Make your data accessible to stakeholders. Communication is a process that involves more than one party, and as such, it is only as strong as the data behind it. By collaborating with your partners and customers with the aim of improving your communications around data, you can ensure that the overall process becomes more efficient, secure, and aligned with everyone's needs. For example, in the fragmented medical supply chain market, transparency remains an opportunity. Trust.med offers an ecosystem used to track and verify the provenance of medicine by bringing transparency to the supply chain through secure protocols that simplify the exchange of this data. In practice, this means sharing more information between parties like healthcare manufacturers, consumers, healthcare and technology providers, distributors, and regulatory agencies, making collaboration much easier, effective, and aligned with everyone's needs. To collaborate with your partners and customers more effectively, you can review the current communications standards for your industry before evaluating how your organization and partners are performing. Opening a direct line that facilitates the sharing of feedback, security reviews, and the development of more effective communication protocols is also something to keep in mind. And lastly, take action. In this digital era where innovation and risk go hand in hand, mastering the art of business communication sets your organization on a path to enduring success. Embrace these strategies, adapt them to your business, and continue to explore new ways to engage with your audience. As technology advances and markets shift, the ability to communicate effectively remains a timeless asset. That's it from Inc. Check back each weekday morning for more tips from Inc.